Emily chuffed all around the Fat Controller's railway. She tried to hide from Whiff, but still, everywhere Emily went, Whiff always found her. In every tunnel and in every siding. At last, Emily escaped from Whiff. Thank goodness, she wished. Now no one will laugh at me for working with such a smelly engine. Not if you won't listen, groaned Diesel, and he sped away. Emily chased after Diesel. It was getting later and later, and Emily was worried. But as usual, Diesel was being devious. He knew all the tricks and many different tracks. Emily couldn't catch him anywhere, and he made her look silly. Emily steamed into Maithwaite Station. The trucks. We're going to move them together, chuffed Emily. Oh, thank you, Emily, whistled Whiff. Spencer watched as Emily and Whiff coupled up to the rubbish trucks and quickly shunted them away. Spencer was very impressed. Whiff is a very, very useful engine, he wished. I know, bubbled Emily happily. And he's my new good friend, too. Later at Knapford Station, the Fat Controller presented Gordon with his special coaches. Don't my coaches look splendid? Puffed Gordon proudly. Everyone agreed. Just then, Emily puffed into the station. And this new diesel motor is for you, Diesel, chuffed Emily. Diesel was surprised. I'm sorry I didn't listen, said Emily. Now I know that Diesels and Steamies are both special. Everyone cheered for Gordon and Diesel.
Los niños rieron y aplaudieron. Dash rió a carcajadas y Emily rió tan fuerte que su silbato empezó a silbar como pájaro.
¡Arriba, Emily! La espera valió la pena.
Y Emily se sintió más feliz que nunca.
When Emily arrived at the mill, the trucks were more troublesome than ever. Emily the late engine, Emily the late engine, they sang. This made Emily very cross, and she biffed them very hard. Oh no, they cried, and splashed into the duck pond. Emily was covered in a floury mess. I knew I wouldn't like this route, she huffed. Suddenly she saw something dark and mysterious moving in the water. And now the monster's coming, Emily gasped. Emily was scared. Her boiler quivered and her valves rattled. She wanted to steam away. I never want to see Black Loch again, she cried. But Emily thought of the children in the carriages behind her. She was determined to get them to the holiday, whatever it took. At last, the water settled, and Emily saw what the monster really was. It's a family of seals! Emily was delighted. The children were delighted too.
It wasn't my fault. Yes, it was. It wasn't. It was. It wasn't. It was. It wasn't. It was.
For goodness sakes, you two! I was trying to help you out! If you would just stop arguing for 1 minute, you'd see it's me that needs some help now.
I heard all about your heroic actions, Emily. You really know how to think on your wheels and solve problems. In fact, from now on, I'd like you to be our official safety engine.
Thank you, sir.
And another thing, it's also time you had a number, because I know I can always count on you.
You can indeed, sir. Oh, sorry. Got to go. Number 12 safety engine to the rescue!
Emily could see that Oliver had broken down on the crossing. Then Emily heard Thomas's whistle. He could see Oliver, and he knew he could never stop in time. Oh! Emily charged towards Oliver, and with a huge effort, pushed him across the tracks. Just in time.
Like you're going to beat me on the way back down the hill.
Emily headed back down the steep hill again. But then there was trouble.
Help! Help! My brakes! My brakes have failed! Help! Look out, Emily! I can't stop!
I have to slow her down! Don't worry, Caitlin! I've got you!
Oh, Emily, you're my hero.
All this traffic must be because the level crossing is blocked. Oh no! Bertie! Get everyone off this bridge! It isn't safe!
But where are you going?
I've got to get Rocky!
All this confusion and delay is making me very late with the express.
Come on, Rocky! We've got an emergency to get to!
Stop, Gordon! Stop!
Oh, thank you.
Well done,